Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Strong. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Lions are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 2nd down. When you think about the strong safety position, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
And you can just see that whole play.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Well, it looked like they were trying to get him outside there, but this defense had different plans.
Yeah, they really had an outside-in kind of a pass rush. It's almost like when you're covering a punt. You can't let him get to the outside and get to the sideline. You force him to stay in the middle of the field, and they did exactly that and made the play.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
And down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Looking to throw on second down. Jordan. There's Trimble, the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a first and goal. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Packers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. On the return, Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They go play action here on first down. This goes out wide for Mixon. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On first down, Strong, and he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Strong. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Right back to him on first down. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Off play action, Jordan. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. With 3rd down coming up.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
To throw on 3rd down, Jordan. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Waddle will return this from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Off the play fake. Strong. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Strong. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. Off play action. Strong. A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6. third down. They need to get to the 28 for a first. Off the play fake. Strong. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Off play action. Strong. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jalen Waddle, 35 yards. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Jordan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught at the 25. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 48 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process, and really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw on second down, Jordan forced out to his left. And he's got it. And it's a Packers touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Waddle going to bring this out of the end zone now. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Baron Browning, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to have it here just past the 25. The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jordan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Final shot before break. Jordan, he's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson, as time expires in the first half. And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake. Jordan. Eluding. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Looking to throw. Jordan. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. There are 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And he returns this to the 22. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Off play action. Strong. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 3rd down, Strong.
He's got Hamler on the out route.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Strong to Mixon on the check down. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Inside handoff to Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Strong. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't. Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason, and runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Jordan
Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. Touchdown! Tommy Trimble.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Waddle will return this from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's...
He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
We are through three quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Strong, looking middle, and that's complete.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Off the play fake. Strong. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. From 17 yards out.
And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now down to 20. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but... You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 4th down, Jordan.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Off play action. Strong. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Steps away to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jalen Waddle with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Takes it at the 7.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And this will be a Packers 1st down as good running gets them to about the 44. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll run on 1st down. Mays. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jordan. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
That one goes for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Off the play fake. Strong. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Damone Clark in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down. Defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like 1 time a week. The best teams I know, they practice starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Packers, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.